Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about the newly released film Heartland of Darkness. This movie stars Nick, I'm going to probably say his last name wrong, Baldasare or Baldasare, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. You may know him from Beyond Dream's Door, that's how I recognized him. This is a pretty interesting one. This was originally, I believe, filmed in 1989. It was supposed to come out, I think, in 1992, which is what it says on IMDb, 1992, but it never got released. It ended up in obscurity in some warehouse or someone's house or whatever. And eventually, over the years, people tried buying the rights and, I guess, finishing it and then putting it out or editing it. I'm not exactly sure what wasn't finished. And just this year, Visual Vengeance, who puts out a lot of really cool, obscure shot on video type stuff, picked up the rights, put out the movie, did like a really nice packaging with little extras and stuff. And I watched it recently on Tubi. It's a really fun film. So the movie starts out with this main character and his daughter moving to this small town, and he purchases a newspaper production company, I believe is what it is. And he wanted like a kind of slower, easier going area to live in because I think he was from the city, so very like hustle and bustle and fast, and which actually sounds ideal. I wish I could move down south. So I digress. I don't even know if this was down south, but he moves to this other state and he buys this newspaper company. He befriends some people, and he starts to realize things in the town aren't what they seem. And there's this satanic cult that is doing sacrifices. There's something that ties in with some of the people that live there. There's a church. The guy, Nick Baldasare, is the reverend. He's weird. Then there's the police. They're a little strange. So you start picking up like little pieces of who's normal here and who isn't. And it's just a fun, schlocky movie. Again, low budget. Some of the dialogue's a little goofy. Like you'll hear, if I remember correctly, the detective or the sheriff or whatnot has like strange sort of inflections in his voice when he speaks. So he's obviously not like either an actor at all, or he was an actor but maybe not that great of an actor. So there's all these characters. He befriends this woman who lives in the town, and she sort of gets involved, and the daughter gets involved that he has at one point because he's a single dad. So it's definitely a fun movie. I could see it being possibly a little better if they maybe trimmed off 5 or 10 minutes. It's an hour and I think 40, and it just drags a tiny bit at spots where they maybe could have chopped it up a little. But it's definitely a fun movie. I'm really glad I saw it. If I find the Visual Vengeance Blu-ray for a good price, I'll definitely pick it up. I think the cheapest I've seen it was like 22 to 25, which ain't bad, but I like to be in like the $15 range for most of my Blu-rays. Um, as I said, the Visual Vengeance release it was restored, and it has like a little prayer cloth, and they usually include like a poster or a postcard or something. So they always go out of the way to do nice work. I have Moonchild and LA AIDS Jabber and Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder from Hell. I have a bunch of their releases, and Necrophiles was one of my favorite. That one was fun as well. So I'm glad. I like when this type of stuff happens where these movies aren't complete or are lost, and then they find them and they put them out. I find that really interesting. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Linnea Quigley is in it, as in like I don't even know what to call her, a promiscuous school teacher. She's a teacher at a school, like elementary school, but she's dressed like really weird, and she's involved in the whole cult aspect of it. So if you like Linnea Quigley, you most likely haven't seen this film. It went under a couple different names, and then they settled on Heartland of Darkness. So let me know, guys, what you thought of the film. I think it's like a great, it really encapsulates that late 80s, early 90s sort of rental. And I always say this with a lot of the films I watch, that rental that you'd find at like a Hollywood Video or a Blockbuster or a mom and pop, and you go, what the heck is this? Linnea Quigley and, satanic cults? And you'd rent it and it would have like a cheesy, fun popcorn kind of night. That's what Heartland of Darkness is. Nothing crazy or over the top. I don't remember too much nudity or too much gore. I mean, there's some, but overall, it's a fun film. So let me know, guys, if you've seen it or if you're going to see it or what you think. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.